All praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai. Double honors to apostles and elders in New York, GMS. Salutations to y'all around the world is teaching truth. Put your lives on land for it. And shalom to you, serious aqua. My name is Maya Kala Bangad, the Chicago branch of Great Millstone. We are not black Hebrew Israelites. We are Israelites. The Israelites are the so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, speckled birds, scattered abroad. Speckled birds are Israelites who look like other nations, but their fathers paternal bloodline go back to the 12 patriarchs of Israel. We are not affiliated with any black identity groups. We are not affiliated with any Islamic groups. We are not affiliated with any French militant groups. We are not affiliated with any other Israelite groups. Right? So I'm looking up the history of Banania. All right, so man, you brothers probably in over there in France or whatever this product the street, probably familiar with it, you know. Over there in America we got what's that drink we got? Some Nestle Quick, yeah, that's the top Swiss Swiss hot chocolate, you know, we familiar with that, all right. Over here in America, but right here. All right, so it says during the trip, the Nicaragua Jean Pierre Francois Ladot discovered a delicious drink made of banana flour, cocoa, crushed grain, and sugar in the village in the heart of the forest. All right, so he basically said he really he discovered, he's stolen. All right, you don't discover anything. All right, you should have said that the inhabitants of that village invented this drink. All right, but anyway, they don't give us any credit. That's in Wisdom Solomon, chapter 5, verse 1. All right. Anyway, go down here, it says, on his return to Paris, Pierre Francois Laudet decided to reproduce this recipe for a commercial purpose and founded the Banania Company. In collaboration with a farmer's friend, he determined the exact proportion of banana flour, cereals, cocoa, sugar to mix together for a unique and inimitable taste. Right? You know, farmers witches anyway. Right, but it said, but that's how Esau found y'all. Every time Jake get a recipe, they don't share it. They'll get their scientists, they tasters to figure out the ingredients. All right. Anyway, said then he started looking for a name for his recipe. He thought Banante, bananas, Baco, Banaco, and Banaga was all banana. That he found he chose from rest August 31st, 1914. All right, so this is interesting. It says right here that an Italian girl drawn by H. Thyssen with the first image of Banania brand. All right. Okay, it said from the beginning, nutrient and involved this new drink. All right, but anyway, but it's something interesting about this picture. Now, if you look close, I'm gonna blow it up. All right, so this is a Israelite woman. All right, so-called West Indian. Okay. Now look what she got on. Look closer. You see what? You see what? The fringes. You see the fringes. All right. So, you know, I'm going to get, if you can't see it well, let's go through it right here and they'll get a better picture, right? Where that picture at? All right, let's see. And you can see right here, she has the fringes. All right, so who wear fringes? The Israelites. Okay. You go right here, Deuteronomy 22 and 12. Okay, it says thou shalt make thee fringes upon the four quarters thy vessel where thou covered thyself. All right, you look at these fringes. All right, and she's from the Antilles, the Antilles Islands. You can just look that up, Antilles Islands. Okay. to the science. It says Antilles Islands are divided into two smaller groups: the Greater Antilles and Less Antilles. The Greater Antilles include larger islands of Cayman Islands, Cuba, Hispaniola, subdivided nations, Dominican Republic. All right, so that's Dominican Republic is Simeon, Haiti is Levy. All right, Cuba's Manessa. You had Judah in Cuba. Okay, Cayman Island is all right. Jamaica is Benjamin. Puerto Rico that's Ephraim. Okay, but it's interesting, man, because just the other day. All right, but right here these are the fringes. All right, but just the other day I had just no, that was a couple of days ago I brought this information out. All right. You look at the names of some of the captives, the slaves. All right, and this was in the 16th century of Havana, Cuba. This is the book. This page 33. The book Black Crest by Michael A. Gomez. And you look at these names right here. All right, Darte del Mar Negro, Antonio Negro de Lispiola. That's Lisbon in Portugal. These were Israelites. All right, even these Islamic names, these were Israelites. All right, the one is the number of Israelite practice Islam. All right, so right here it says what? It say number of individuals, at least 5 were from the ultimate heartland, Anatolia. Others were from Morocco. All right, Fez, Marrakesh, one hail from the Black Sea, Del Mar Negro. All right, the report on the state that all the forzados had completed their terms had been granted their freedom with the following exception: who life sentences, those who were licensed, and those who were no licensed, those who had committed crimes since their arrival in Cuba. Part of they practice that plantation Christianity, Catholicism, right? Or they'll fight for their freedom, you know. Necessarily, therefore, even in 16th century Cuba had a Muslim president. There were number is like practicing Islam, right? So this in the 16th century. All right, this is Cuba, and Cuba's one of those islands that I just mentioned. All right, that I just read about the Antilles. All right. So you see right there, Esau, he knows, man. He knows who we are, cause he the one that has the records. All right. This is why this woman had fringes on her garments. Okay. It'll show you, man. Yeah, this truth, man. You can't do nothing against it. All right. You can't do nothing against it, man. You can't stop this truth, man. And this is the days when this supposed to come out anyway. All this truth supposed to come out anyway. Supposed to come out flooded. All right. All right. Let's see. What else I want to bring up? I'm gonna go back to their site. Right. And then you got these ignorant people at the Dagger Squad and all this, and Professor Larry talking about the Moors and the Israelites didn't come over to the Americas as slaves. Well, it's evidence, man. All right, so right here it says, let me get this. It said, with the outbreak of the First World War, Banania became a comfort drink of wartime France. Pierre Francois Laudet decided to send 14 wagons full of his famous chocolate powder to the front to give strength and vitality to the soldiers, including the Senegalese rifleman who fought so bravely. He then asked his friend and former colleague to draw one of him, the Senegalese rifleman, to use as a symbol of the Banania brand. All right, you can see right here. All right, from Senegal. But guess what? You got Israelites in Senegal, man. All right, so I remember one of the elders, they conversed with a brother from Senegal. A lot of those from I've seen some of those Senegals, they're from some of them, they from the tribe of Benjamin. All right, cause the brother who the elders was conversing with like a couple of years ago, like 3 or 4 years ago. All right, he was a Benjamite. All right. All right, let me read this. This is page 122 from Babylon, the Timbuktu. It says, in the year 1856, Dr. J.L. Wilson wrote his History of Western Africa. He transmits to us the composite religious culture of some of the inhabitants of Senegambia, or Senegal, and Guyana. In Senegal, he said there is complete medley of paganism, Judaism, and Mohammedanism. All right, so you had the religion of the Hamites. Then you have Judaism. This is not we don't practice Judaism, just the law, statute, commandments that Israelites keeping. So you had Israelites that was keeping the law, statute, commandments. Then you had Mohammedanism. You had Jake practiced Islam. I'll say it's right here, and it was difficult to say which of the three occupies the most prominent place, except for the greatest influence upon the character of the people. However, the sentiment of the inhabitants regarding his multi-religious mission was the combination of three religions for the welfare of all. Okay. All right. So let me see. It says I'm gonna skip down. It says Wilson also conformed of Salah. It says right here, Wilson also informs us that in northern Guyana there is a combination of Judaism and paganism combined. In southern Guyana there's a combination of Judaism and paganism, some traces of Christianity. In North Guyana and Portuguese Guyana, Judaism is more highly practiced. Some of the outstanding rites are purifications, the observance of new moons, and a designated period of weeping for the dead during the time they were sackcloth, ashes, bloody animal sacrifice with careful sprinkling of blood upon the doorposts and altars. That's levy. All right. The division of tribes and different families, frequently into 12 parts, the 12 tribes of Israel, formal processions, circumcision, and various other practices, probably of Hebrew derivation. All right. It said at the fused ritual, especially circumcision, might have been derived from the Muslims. All right, I mean, come on, man. It's Israelites. It said, but we are forced to consider the entire countries of the Hebrew culture trace, which is indicative of Hebrew religion. Okay, so these were Israelites living in this area, and this right here, the brother had to be from Senegal. All right. Well, you got to watch Esau. Esau try to be slick. All right. Well, there's a lot of Israelites in Senegal. You know. And then you go down here. You see, you got the fez on. Right. That's part of the Senegal military. But originally what the fez came from. All right. From far I know, Morocco. Some brothers say Turkey. But all right. But you go right here. Right. You see right here. Right. You got a brother. All right. Well, it's another thing to let you know who are the feds. The Moors are Israelites. And like I said, who was brought over there? Who was living in Senegal? All right. They're Israelites. Those who practiced Islam were called Moors, right? But they was Islamic by religion, but it doesn't change their nationality, right? You can see how it changed over the years. All right. So it's Jake. All right. Benjamite. Okay. You can see right here, right? So, just show you, man. They know who we are, but it's funny that we don't know who we are. you know. And you have to remember, France. That's what a lot of Freemasons at. Right? France, right? But I'm gonna end this. Shalom.